Okay, so the past few hours have been kind of insane, and there has been a lot going on with the Atsu, or the Asianguystreams situation. Now, if you don't know, I released a video pretty much yesterday talking about this whole situation, bringing up a 34-page document that he posted on his Twitter for everyone to see. Now, he talks about a lot of stuff here. He talks about other content creators and kind of calls out a lot of them, including some of his closest friends like Tuonto and Dish, and also throwing a ton of people under the bus like Xiox by saying that he did something like really bad, which he just doesn't really want to explain, which is so confusing. You can see why a lot of the community are so unhappy with this. Now, as I said, I made a video on this and it was not received very well. I got 1.5 thousand dislikes and 744 likes. So to all the people that liked it and have a brain cell, thank you. I mean, stick around. You're welcome to stick around, you know, grab a seat, grab some food or whatever. But for the 1.5 thousand people that disliked this may be just because I got here first and that I was at the top of the search bar. So this hit the wrong community and maybe the wrong algorithm. I don't want you here, okay? Leaving all these dislikes on this video in a video where I thought I was actually pretty fair. I mean, in this video, I talk about everything going on, and I do sympathize with Atsu and his situation, you know, with his whole mental health and stuff, which again, I won't really talk about much in this video because it seems like a lot of people don't like me talking about that. But again, I didn't say anything bad about it at all. I said that, you know, he should probably go get some help and maybe, you know, see someone about it, and that, you know, I can kind of, you know, sympathize with what's happened to it. But again, the comment section down below is something else too. A lot of people disagreeing with me, and a lot of people telling me to leave him alone. So again, if you're someone telling me to leave him alone when he's posted something publicly and he is live right now talking about the entire situation, he's been talking for about 5 hours now about the situation, he clearly wants to talk about it, and I'm not leaving him alone because he's caused so much damage in this community and he's continuing to make everything worse. So if you want to know what I'm going to be talking about in this video, I'm going to be talking about everything that he said since the first video that I uploaded. So if you're not caught up on the situation, then go back to this one. And yeah, as I said, if you're someone that doesn't enjoy these videos or whatever, there's a lot of people in the comments saying like, oh, I used to like you kind of thing, and now I'm unsubscribing because this is so uncool. Just know that I'm not exactly a massive channel. I know who comments on my videos. I've never seen you in my life before. So, you know, if you're saying that you've been a lifelong fan and that you're now leaving because of this, you're clearly not, because I've never seen you. So again, I don't want you here. Leave, go away. You know, I don't really care about you if you do leave. And also there was another point up saying that I was just trying to get views or get money or whatever from this situation. And I'll be real, I'm a content creator. Of course I'm trying to get views. Like, are you joking? Like, every content creator wants to grow and, you know, succeed and get a lot of views, because again, this is what fuels them. If you get a video with no views, I mean, a lot of people would just quit. I know there's some people that do it for passion, but there's some people that do enjoy seeing their videos do good. And honestly, I think this is a good video outlining everything. And people saying that I have nothing to do with the situation, I actually do. Now, yes, I'm not directly involved in the actual drama, but if you recall, a while back, I made a video initially explaining all of this drama and summarizing it for people that don't really understand it. And this is pretty much what I've done here, except for the newer stuff that's came out. So again, if you're saying that I'm trying to get views or trying to farm clout or trying to farm, you know, money or whatever, I mean, yeah, of course, I want my video to do good, but most of all, I want my community to be informed about everything that's going on, and I think that's what I'm doing here, and I think that's what I'm also doing in this video as well. So let's get into actually what's happened. So yes, as I said, if you didn't know, Atsu released this whole entire closure letter where he talked about a lot of stuff, a lot of personal stuff, which I think he shouldn't have added in there at all. And I just want to say, throughout this video, I'm going to be a much more harsh on it now, because my mind's been even further open, because in my mind, I was going pretty easy on him here, and it seems like there's a ton of other content creators going in way worse, so I feel like I can be a little bit more open about what I'm saying about this. But again, I don't think he should have involved any of this personal stuff at the start, and just kind of focused on the whole creator stuff of him calling them out and stuff like that, which again, I do talk about in the other video, so go watch that if you want to know more about that. But yeah, after he's uploaded this, it's pretty much been like almost 12, maybe even 24 hours, and then he goes on stream and starts talking about it, which conveniently is at the same time as Tectone's tournament. He was running a tournament for Wuthering Waves. It involved people like Hexjuice, Marichu, Mr. Pokey, and also Rexlin, I think, and they're all just going ahead and doing some little fights in Wuthering Waves. It was super fun. And again, I definitely recommend going to watch that, because I'm sure there's a video out on it. And yeah, it was just super fun. So pretty much Atsu decided to stream pretty much at the same time, whether that's to steal views, or, which I don't think is the actual reason. I think he's just trying to hide from Tectone and his audience. And I think he knew that he was going to be occupied, so wouldn't be able to say anything until a bit later. So again, Atsu goes on the stream and pretty much talks about everything, and he's just going in circles and circles and circles right now. He's been streaming for 5 hours. There's only so much you can talk about the situation, and he is still holding back a lot of information and also just straight up lying. Now, to get into why he's lying, we go to Braxophone's post where he says, "Please stop lying about me. All of this goes against what we spoke about one-on-one. I feel gaslit and betrayed. I'm sorry what happened, but I'm not to blame." And pretty much Braxophone releases another document, if you remember the super old one where he, talked at length about everything to do with Atsu. They kind of sorted it out, but he's been betrayed again by Atsu. And he just tries to make it extremely clear here, providing like simple one-sentence answers to everything to make everything clear. Then he also like releases a little pop quiz for Atsu, which I thought was quite funny for him to answer. And he did actually answer it on stream, where he did actually answer most of these true, to be fair. He has been quite honest and said that a lot of these are true. But one of them I saw was, "Your fall in viewership in Genshin Impact directly correlates with the game's overall viewership and not my document," which he said was false. Now, I don't know what he means by that at all, because if you know, Braxophone made this whole post and a lot of people were hating on him. And what Atsu seems to be doing is blaming Braxophone for his downfall and for the fall of his channel, and saying it's like his fault that this happened, when in fact, if you look at the stats, we go to Social Blade here, a pretty reputable source for what's going on. He's been losing views before it even happened. You can see here around the month of February, whenever this stuff all happened, he lost minus 14,000 subscribers, which obviously is a massive deal. And losing subscribers is bad, but also you can see here there's no actual significant dip in views. So he wasn't losing views because of Braxophone. He lost some subscribers, of course, but again, you can see it's going down and down and down with a couple of spikes, probably like update days and stuff like that. But since about May 2023, he's always been on a down. He's always been on a down until he's going up a little bit now, probably because of everything going on. So again, this totally isn't Braxophone's fault at all, and I feel like Atsu is just kind of blaming a lot on Braxophone, and I do feel really, really sorry for Braxophone, because none of this is his fault. I mean, I put out a tweet here saying, it's sad to see this happening again, because, Braxophone is just a, humble guide creator, and he just kind of sticks to his own stuff. I've talked to him a few times. He seems like a very, very nice guy, and honestly, I just don't think that, he deserves all of this, and especially, all of this blaming and stuff from Atsu. So again, totally crazy to see this. And yeah, he goes on to say in this document that he feels betrayed, and whenever he spoke to Atsu, he thought that like everything was fine, but it seems like it's not. And he pretty much clears up a lot of the lies that Atsu brings up in his closure thing. So the closure document goes through a lot of the lies that, Atsu thinks that he's been misrepresented on, and then Braxophone just goes and dunks on him and says, "Hey, you're lying about all of this other stuff too, and that, you're completely wrong." Maybe that was a little bit of like miscommunication, because obviously some people don't just like outright lie. Sometimes people just don't understand the situation clearly, and sometimes that can happen. But again, Braxophone is trying to set everything straight here, and to be honest, I totally believe him. I feel like Braxophone is a totally trustworthy source, especially seeing as he's been involved in all of this. And again, I just feel overly sorry for him, because there's just a lot of stuff that he's had to deal with. I'm sure that he doesn't really want to deal with it, but he has to, because if you don't say anything, then they're just going to believe that you're guilty. And finally, I just wanted to bring this up because, a lot of this I've been talking about, this has basically been everything that has gone on since. I mean, there's been a few other little things and other replies from content creators like Goosegg and stuff like that, kind of backing up Tectone here. And Tectone has been on the Genshin Impact category while he's been live to kind of counteract him. You can see here, he says debunking him, and then puts an arrow to his stream, which is pretty funny. And yeah, going on to Atsu's stream, I've been watching quite a bit of this and kind of understanding, everything that's going on from his perspective too, because I do want to get both sides of the story. Now, who do I believe more? Obviously Tectone, because I know the guy. He's, a super nice guy. He's been nothing but nice to me, so why wouldn't I believe him in this situation? And it seems like a lot of what Atsu's doing is lying, and especially whenever people like Braxophone also say that he's lying as well, and that a ton of other content creators say that he's lying. Who do you think I'm going to trust? The guy that hasn't really had anyone saying that he's lying apart from maybe Atsu himself, or the whole community saying that Atsu's lying? Why should I believe Atsu? But also another point that just kind of consolidates why I don't really believe Atsu is a lot of the moderation in the Twitch chat. Now, while I was watching this entire stream, there was a lot of comments being deleted, like such as stuff to do with Xiox. Now, if you don't know what happened in the article closure, Atsu actually said that Xiox did some like really, really bad things, and that he was like, hiding them, and that, he was silencing a lot of people so that no one could ever talk about this. And it was extremely weird and kind of scary to think about. And he also mentioned another content creator, not Xiox, to make this clear, because Atsu did not make this very clear in his live stream, because he mentioned Xiox and also another incident of a content creator, like a really big content creator who's still doing really good to this day, apparently according to Atsu, of them essaying some girl or girls or something, and obviously that is absolutely terrible, and you know, we still don't know who that is. But again, it was kind of weird that he brought it up at the same time as Xiox, because it kind of makes it seem like Xiox did that even though it wasn't him. So again, we're just gonna have to wait and see if anyone else comes out about this, because Atsu said he's not going to be talking about any of the essay stuff, because obviously it's up to the girls that were involved to actually talk about that. And hopefully we do find out, because it's kind of scary to think that there is some content creator, maybe I even know them, that has done this. It's kind of scary to think that they are chatting with us like nothing's happened, and you know, kind of, you know, making connections with people when they've done all of this horrible stuff. And obviously it's up to the people that have been involved in this situation, and if they don't want to talk about it, that's totally fine too. I totally get why you won't want to talk about it and make it public, but I really hope that this person like removes himself from the internet at some point, because again, I don't think they deserve to be thriving at all. But yeah, getting back on track about the Twitch chat, people are asking about what happened with Xiox, and there's a lot of the moderators and, you know, auto mod and stuff like that deleting words that were like coming up in chat, such as proof. Proof was being deleted in something where he's trying to defend himself. Proof was deleted in the chat. It's kind of crazy. And as soon as Tectone called this out on his stream, he actually unbanned it, which was super funny to see. But again, he's also deleted stuff about like asking about Xiox, asking about other creators, you know, just asking about the situation overall, and just kind of controlling the trajectory of his stream, which is fine. But also at the same time, if you want to be completely transparent with your audience, then I definitely would suggest not banning stuff and just being totally honest with them, because again, banning words, deleting messages, banning people from the chat for asking a question, and to be fair, a lot of these weren't even like malicious. These were just fans asking, hey, what happened with this? Because you talked about it, but you're not actually following up on it. Why is that? It's so weird, because it is weird that he said like, oh, Xiox has done all this terrible stuff, and went, I'm not going to elaborate. Yeah, you know, I'm never going to elaborate on the situation. You're never going to know unless, you know, something else comes out. So again, it's super weird. And there has actually been a lot of like Tectone fans and stuff joining the chat and, you know, getting involved and being banned, which is also quite funny to see. But again, at the end of the day, you know, he doesn't really want them to be filling up the chat and stuff, which I kind of understand. There's a lot of people here like, we love you, Atsu, in the chat, just kind of blinded to everything that he's done in the past. And again, if you want to see everything that he's done, there's a ton of videos out there, especially like Tectone's videos too, not only just mine. We got Tectone's videos and a ton more people that have talked about this situation at length, including like Braxophone, who was forced to make a video because of this. So again, this is pretty much everything that's happened over the course of a day. I just wanted to keep you guys updated, and as I said, if you are a person that is coming to this video because you hated the thumbnail or the title, or you hated what I was talking about, or you hate that I'm on the side of Tectone, or you hate this, you hate that. I know I did do a lot of short form content that was friendly to the Genshin community, so there's going to be a lot of you still, you know, subscribed and stuff, then please just leave, okay? Like, I'm not asking you to stay and watch my content again. Like, if you don't enjoy it, then please just leave, because it's quite funny to see all of these dislikes. And hey, no matter if you dislike it or not, it's still going to do good. Dislikes and likes don't matter in the big grand scheme of YouTube. All it says to me is that I'm getting into your head and that you have some opinion about my content, which means that it worked, because you have an opinion about my opinion. So again, this is everything that has happened. I probably won't make any more videos on this unless something absolutely massive happens. And yeah, we'll be back to Wuthering Waves content probably tomorrow, the day after I upload this video. So again, stick around for that and we'll be back to Wuthering Waves in no time. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And even go over to my Twitter, where I have been talking about this quite a lot off like YouTube, off stream, etc, etc. So again, go over there, check that out, or even check out my Twitch, where I'll probably be streaming in the future. Yeah, that's about all I got, and I'll see you in the next vlog. That's all. See ya. Hands up, embrace who you wanna be. We're reaching heights unseen. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Feel the fire deep within. You're the key to where my trust begins.